Hello and welcome to FC Barcelona Central. I am your host Pedro, and we have a ton of updates from the Camp Nou offices. Culés Barca has lost a strategic signing for the future. Newcastle came in and signed Antonio Cordero, the former Magala player who had an outstanding season in the Spanish second division. Cordero was definitely a player that fit that Barca model. He's skilled, intelligent, and has a very specific competitive character. Within the club, this was seen as like a safe investment with a significant room for growth, and this with all this rising market, his rising market value, it could have been a good signing. However, the English project was simply more convincing in every aspect. Newcastle did not hesitate and signed him until 2030, and they have full confidence that his performance will quickly earn him a spot in the first team. In Barcelona, there's some type of resignation. This wasn't like a big high profile signing or an immediate starter, but it was more like a medium term deal. Spain Youth Academy continued to explode with incredible talent, and this time the Premier League team was just quicker and more decisive. Cordero featured 60 matches for Malaga, contributing to 6 goals and 7 assists, and was instrumental for their stay in, for Malaga to stay in the second division. It is a tough pill to swallow when you miss out on a talent like that, but Barcelona have ears and eyes everywhere. Now, for some more news in our midfield, Barcelona is finally experiencing some stability in the midfield for very this inconsistent years, and this is all thanks to Frankie De Jong returning to his best form. The Dutch midfielder has gained a significant starting spot given his performance on this team, and his influence is evident in both defense and building from the back. Also, him being a box to box player, it is no wonder that in the field, and when he's on the field, everything flows naturally, and it's seems to be a little better. His impact is so profound that even though his contract ends in 2026, Joan Laporta has already is working on that deal. The club seems to want to lock him down for a longer term. To an agreement hasn't been reached. Everything, I think, in my opinion, is on the table. I know Frankie De Jong has been criticized for his renewal contract being he makes too much, but it's not his fault how much he makes. Deco has come in and has his opinions. I don't know, but for now, Hansi Flick's desire is clear. He wants to keep Frankie De Jong and then consider him a key piece for the next project. However, the resurgence of a player like Frankie De Jong brought some unexpected consequences. For months, Barcelona had made, a priority to sign a top midfielder. In a move to players like Martin or Subimendi was a high profile and as someone that they were looking at to sign. But the Catalan club has decided to cancel all search for any new midfielders. The main beneficiary from this Barcelona change of plan is Arsenal. Arteta has been interested in Subamendi from day one and didn't hesitate to give him a new opportunity. The transfer is pretty much official, which reports from London assuring that Arsenal will pay the Real Sociedad players clause. So for now, withdrew with Frankie De Jong, but I think we just kind of missed out with another very good player. I mean, listen, they still continue to have so many good players here in our club. Let's not forget where Fermin is. I think he has some other offers coming in. But it hasn't quite been. It's just a little bit of rumors. So moving to the attack, Hansi Flick currently has three natural wingers: Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Ferran Torres. So this lack of alternative has forced from Hansi Flick perspective to improvise and sometimes give us a good look. They definitely need to strengthen this position. It's undeniable, and the goal is clear: to incorporate a footballer who can be a starter from day one, combining his technical quality, defensive commitment, and the ability to sacrifice. I know we talked about Luis Diaz from Liverpool. He's definitely a main target, but has a very high price, close to 80 million euros. This kind of complicates the operations, and we're hoping that he can pressure Liverpool. Since apparently he seems to be unhappy and his renewal offers has not been up to par for what he likes. Another options, and these two names are coming from the Serie A. One is kind of relatively newish, and I think it makes some type of sense. Christian Pulisic, the 26-year-old who excel in Italy, showing how balanced and versatile he is. His ability to play in both wings is really important. His speed, his one-on-one situations is also important, and his dedication to defense that makes him very attractive for Hansi Flick. Pulisic, who has he definitely has a lot of experience in major competition. He's reportedly going through the best moment in his career and looking for a project where he can be the protagonist. But there's only one problem here. His release clause is close to 80 million euros, which is kind of like kind of stuck in with 80 million euro transfers. But the other name that I want to talk about and I want to revisit is Ademola Lookman. His asking price is as low as 30 million euros, with reports from Italy suggesting that Atalanta will ask for 60. This is kind of like a bargain of a player given his quality. And also given our financial woes, we cannot simply go along and sign people. We need to keep an eye on this. And, Lookman has been brought up by Flick as a good option. I know let's keep an eye on this. His contract is until 2026. That gives us some type of leverage, but the only problem with this is that he doesn't really play a wing. He's more of like a attacking midfielder and a center forward, sometimes a little bit of a striker. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this. And for some very well-deserved recognition, Barcelona continues to dominate some of the awards. After Hansi Flick chosen to be the best coach for winning the title in La Liga with 88 points, the award for best player fell to Rafinha. The Ballon d'Or candidate started the season on fire, winning the best player of the month in August and nominated again in January. La Liga didn't give the detailed count, but they confirmed that Rafinha beat out his teammate Lamine Yamal, Pedri, and Robert Lewandowski, alongside stars like Kylian Mbappé, Vinicius, and Jude Bellingham. In 36 matches, Rafinha scored 18 goals and provided 11 assists, second only to Lamine Yamal, who had 13 assists. What a season! What a revival for Rafinha and Hansi Flick. They did such an amazing job. But now this success cannot be overlooked, and we'll be receiving some pretty lucrative offers to play friendly matches in a high level against a high-level opponent in Casablanca, Morocco, in July 20th. This will be just a few days before we embark into our summer tour in Japan and South Korea. Our preseason is set to start on July 13th. With a first week of physical work. The plan is to have this scrimmage be integrated in July 20th, but this could change. This is just an idea. I think the plan is to go ahead and fly in and out the same day. It's barely a 2-hour flight, and play again a quality opponent that brings so much needed income. However, Barcelona is clear that the most important thing than revenue is proper preparation for next season. Therefore, Hansi Flick will have the final say. He's very rigorous about the team preparation, especially regarding physical load and rest. If the German coach believes that this match isn't the best for his player, he would just communicate to the board, and Laporta has given full confidence in this. As today, the team's plan is to return to Ciudad Deportiva on July 13th. This match friendly is set to be July 20th. Their first official match is July 27th against Vissel Kobe in Japan. After that, they have 2 friendlies in Korea, July 31st and August 1st. And then after that, a direct flight to Barcelona. So, Culés, with an eventful period in this summer transfer market, we have some misses. Let's see what hits do we get in this transfer market. We definitely need a winger. I'm excited for these options. I want to know how much money we can actually shed and see what are we going to pay for these players. We definitely have to get somebody, a winger for sure. With Ansu Fati leaving to Monaco, that will definitely do it. So I'm excited also for the preseason plans. There's so much to follow. Let me know what you think about these updates. Please let me know in the comments. Also subscribe, comment, do all the things. You can find me on Instagram on the Urrutia. My name is Pedro. And until next time, and also, Visca Barça.